Welcome back to N Gauge Scratch Building. So the next project is platforms. This is based on the PECO N Gauge platform, 60mm wide by 240mm long, and that includes the slope. I've braced it on the back and it's just purely made of card, whereas the PECO platforms are plastic. Now what I wanted to do is show you how I actually went about designing it. Very little cutting at all, just a few scores and then just some glue. So I've used it in a software called Inkscape. Now the first thing I will say is I am no expert in Inkscape. There are plenty of videos out there, but this is how I went about doing it after looking online a few other videos. So I have made a rectangle, and I've made the rectangle 60mm wide by 200mm long. Now the reason why it's 200mm long is because I'm going to build it so it's got a slope. So what I'm going to do is just move it up out the way, put the measurements into what I said. So the whole thing is going to be 60mm wide by 240mm long, or in height as you look at it. Now at the moment this is only 200mm because I'm going to build another part to it so I can get some angles on it. You'll see in a moment what I mean. So another square, just make that a different colour so I can see it. With Inkscape you can snap things together and it does it automatically, so it's quite handy. So I made it 60mm wide, this box, by 40mm in height. Now the reason why I've done that is I'm going to use all the rectangular shapes to basically layer over the top, and then I will just draw around it just to create the shape of the slope. Now you'll see what I mean when I do it. So all I've done here is group them together and move them up out the way so we can see. Now the next stage for me is to build a layer over the top of another rectangle. Now this layer is going to represent the first part of the angle of the slope. So this is going to be a different colour, which I've just quickly changed it to a different colour so I can see. Now it is going to be 10mm wide. Now what I'm going to do is just literally drag that down and click it into place there, and then I'm just going to duplicate that and put it the other side. So that will be one part of the angle of the slope. Now I'm going to duplicate that again and then put it into a different colour, something like green or blue or whatever, just so I can see. Now what I'm also going to do is duplicate that again and then just drag that over so it clicks into place against the other side. Now the reason for this is I'm going to put another box over that and then draw around it to make the shape of the platform that I want. And if I draw another box and then I'm going to lay it over the top of those boxes in those different colours at the bottom. So the next box that I'll draw, just make it a different colour. Now what I'm going to do is just drag that over once I've resized it to the correct size. And the size I want is 60mm wide, which is the width of the platform, but this is only going to be 20mm in height. Now the reason for this is, once I get that snapped into place, is that the shape of the slope of the platform, I want it to sort of taper in and have a flat bit at the bottom, and this is going to help me build around the shape to build the platform and the slope, which you'll see when it's done, but this is how I've done it. So the next step is to take the pen mode, which is that one there, and then draw around the shape that I want. So I'll start in that corner, go to that corner there, and then all the way down, across, up to that top part and there, and then just draw around the rest of the shape. Once I join that, it will make that shape. Now don't be fooled, because obviously it's got that pink there, so if I drag it away, that's the shape of the platform that I want. So I'll get rid of that, and I could probably get rid of all the rest of it, but I'll do that in a moment. Now what I want to do is use the 1cm or 10mm shape there. Now this is effectively going to be the bit of the wall at the front, so I've just dragged it all the way up, take the other one, put the other side, click it into place, or snap into place, and then drag it all the way to the top. Now, what I also want to do, because this is going to be the walls of the side, is I want to just have something at the top, which is going to be, again, literally 1 centimetre, 10 millimetres in height by the width of the platform. So just do another triangle, put it into a different colour, doesn't matter what it is, because I'm going to change the shape anyway, or change the height of it. So I'm just going to drag it over, make it the right height, so that is going to basically fold down to build part of the structure of the platform. Snap it into place there and there. Now the next bit I want to do is put some lines in at the bottom, and it's going to go from, with the pen mode, from the left hand side to the bottom, and then I'm going to go back up to the inside of the platform, which is going to be the wall. Now that is going to be part of the slope, so that's how I'm going to build the slope. So by following it all the way around, down to the bottom, across the top, down to the bottom, down to the inside slope there, and then I'm going to go back up to the outside and then follow it all the way around, all the way to the top, all the way around, and then all the way down. Now once I do that, that will then build the outside walls and the walls to the slope. So if I was to just drag that away, that's what it looks like. I can pretty much just drag that over, and then I can get rid of the rest by getting rid of all of that. Just clean the page up. What I'll then do is just drag the whole lot over together, make sure I grab everything. Now what I also want to do is just put some kind of lining, which will be where the passengers would stand to get onto the train. Now it's going to build another rectangle. It's just going to be in any random colour, because what I'm actually going to do is put textures into this. Now what I want to do with this is just make it probably 1/2 mil, maybe 1/8 of the mil, something like that, just so it can be seen on the platform. It just gives a little bit of texture and a little bit of visibility. Actually, that's far too thin, what I've done there. So that is, I'll put it at 0.8 of a mil, which is why you can't see it. And obviously I need it to be 8 mil. So 8 mil is obviously, well, just over 3/4 of a centimetre. So what I've done there is I'm just going to put that in there. I'm going to copy it, drag it over, and then I'm going to use the same process again by using the pen tool. Click on the pen tool, and then I'm going to go from the inside all the way down, all the way across to the outside, all the way to the top. Click on there, all the way back down, and then to the bottom again of the slope, across and then up, and do the same again, all the way to the top, and then all the way back down. Once I click on that, that's what it looks like. So if I was to drag that out, that's what it looks like once I've done it. So I can get rid of those two lines, like so. Drag them into place, put them back in. So that is basically the structure of the platform. That is without any textures. So all I need to do is add some textures to this, and the way that I do textures, Inkscape is quite good. You just basically copy and paste them onto the page, and then what you can do, you can add them in and then just click on the box that you want or the shape that you want, and it will create that texture into that box. So the way you do it is, I've gone on Google, found this colour here, which is an asphalt colour. It's seamless. You then just go into, across the menu bar, go to object, scroll down to pattern, and then just click the object pattern. That then puts it into your menu at the side, and then what you do, you just click on the box and then click on the shape you want. Then I just double click or treble click onto the box, and then just make it so it's not so bad on asphalt, but on things like bricks and stone, you need to resize the bricks to N scale. Now the asphalt is fine, but I have just moved it around, and you can basically just change the way it looks. So that is that done. So the next one that I wanted to do, so that's the middle bit. The next one I want to do is the outside walls. And what I do, again, similar thing, gone onto Google, had a quick look of what I might want. Now I wanted kind of a grey colour, like a grey stone, like an ashlar dress stone, just for the side walls, which is going to be the bit that will be up against the track and where the ballast is. So on the layout. So again, I've gone in, found the texture that I want, pasted it into Inkscape, and then done the same thing again, gone into the menu bar, gone to object, hit the patterns, and then clicked object to pattern. And then what that then does is it drags it into your texture box, and then you just click on the box that you want, and then it will fill, and you just resize it. So that's how I've done it, which I've then resized and then just moved it about and spun it around a bit, because when these bits here will fold down, and if the brick's not looking the right way, it will look odd. It will look like they're stacked the wrong way. So I've changed it. I've moved down the size to somewhere like it should be on N scale. So the next thing I need to do is the yellow box. So this is where the passengers, or the line would be, where the passengers would stand before they got on the train. Now on the platform, what I've done, I've found online a texture which is like limestone seamless texture. What I then do, same operation again, put it into my box. So once I click on the lines, just click on the box in the top right hand corner, and then it obviously transfers it in. Now what I've done with this, because it's quite bright, I've actually reduced the opacity to 50%, so it's not quite as harsh on the platform, on the texture. So as it is, that is about the design stage done. I'm just going to clean this up, just going to get rid of that texture there. Now don't worry, even if you delete it, the textures will still stop it, so you can choose that texture on this page. If you open a new page or a new file, then you'll need to upload your textures back into it. So the last few things I want to do is just drag it down. This white page here is the printable area. And I'm just going to build some rectangles, which will effectively be the parts on the back that I showed you when I turned it over, just to give it some structure. So they're going to be 60 mils wide by 10 mils high. Now the reason why it's 10 mils high is because when the walls fold down, that will be the height of the walls which touch the ground. And now this is just to give it a bit of structure. So I'm going to just do one triangle there, also one rectangle there, drag it across, because this is going to be the printable area, and then I will just copy and duplicate it into the sheet, and then I'll be able to print it off. And then from there, what I'll be able to do is, once I've printed it off, just cut all the components out, and then I'll show you how I put it all together. So this is it. I've printed it out onto some paper. I normally print it out on some sticky labels, but I just wanted to quickly print it off so I could show you. Basically what you do is you then wrap it around or onto some card, and then just score the edges and then fold them down. Glue the back edges together all the way around, and this is the shape that it makes. That's the back, so that's the back there, just obviously glued down and around. So this is based on the PECO platforms, which is 240mm in length as you look at it, by 60mm wide. And then I've got the template. I can make as many of these as I like. So all I have to do is cut out those supporting structures and then stick them in at the back, which makes it quite strong. And I can do these as many times as I like as well, in any order, but as long as it's strong, it's fine. So thank you again for watching N Gauge Scratch Building. If you like what you see or have any tips or suggestions, then please put them in the comments below. Also, please hit the subscribe button for more content. Until next time, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you again soon.